So, growing up in Canada, we're taught things that Americans will never learn. A lot of people know about Babe Ruth, but a lot of Americans do not know that Babe Ruth hit his first pro baseball home run in Canada, not the States. Now, according to an article from 10 years ago on BluebirdBanter.com, Ruth hit his first pro home run in Toronto 100 years ago today, which would be 110 years in 2024. And according to an article by Minor Leaguer, there was baseball in the city before the Blue Jays. Now, 100 years ago today, pitcher George Herman Babe Ruth of the Providence Grays stepped up to the plate against the Toronto Maple Leafs' Ellis Johnson down at Hamilton's Point Stadium on the island and slammed a home run, the first of his pro career. Although the Babe went on to win many, many games with a 714 Major League home runs after that, the shot in Toronto was his only minor league round tripper. Ruth, then 19, started the 14th season with the International League's Baltimore Orioles, but was purchased by the Boston Red Sox for $25,000, which is over $500,000 today's money. He made his major league debut on July 11th that year, earning his first win in his first game. After two starts, however, the Southpaw was sent back to the IL in order to join the Providence Grays. Actually, before he was sent down, the Reds claimed Ruth on waivers but later rescinded. The minor league system was very different back then. Ruth was sent to the Grays because it so happened that the Red Sox owners had just bought the team and wanted to help that squad get into the playoffs. The Maple Leafs were also in the IL, so on September 5th, 1914, Ruth arrived north of the border with the Grays to face the Blues. The super prospect not only hit a home run that game, but on the mound he shut out Toronto en route to a 9-0 convincing victory. He walked 3 but allowed just 1 hit in the first inning and struck out 7 Maple Leafs. Now, according to a write-up in the Toronto Daily Star on September 7, 1914, the Leafs won and lost to the Grays. Babe Ruth held them helpless in the first spasm, Priestley's timely hit. The Leafs are not entitled to very much credit from Sardi's first game with Providence, but as he knows the Grays out 3-2 in the second, they got by. The first game was a 9-0 defeat. Babe Ruth, the Grays' youthful Southside phenom, held the Leafs to a single count in the first, and then all smothered on the nigh side of second base, hence the 9-0 stuff. He gave 3 bases on balls and struck out 7s. Now, if you were wondering, the two teams played a doubleheader that day, thus the won and lost reference. Now, commemorate the historic event, the Toronto chapter of Sabre, conveniently named the Hamilton's Point chapter, hosted their fall meeting 10 years ago at 4 p.m. at Wallace Gastropub at Yonge and Davisville. Jerry Manick, the author of The Gifted Bambino, and Louis Cause, the author of Baseball's Back in Town, were the guest speakers. Now, the Red Sox basically the always talk about the biggest tragedy ever was where Babe Ruth was sold to the Yankees. But the biggest tragedy was he could have been a star in Canada if we had a Major League Baseball team in Canada. There was a certain indication years before the Blue Jays came in, they were looking at Toronto as a possible expansion, but it never came about, and Montreal as well. But Babe Ruth hitting that home run, allegedly some people tried to find it, and they didn't find it. So it's out there someplace. So if you're happy around that section of the greater Toronto area, please check it out. But it's amazing, as Canadians, everybody said used to know about Babe Ruth's first home run was in Canada. It's almost like a mantra, like knowing that all the great Canadian actors who worked in the States were the American actors. The Canadians played key American actors, and different producers and directors and owners are all Canadian. So we're a very diverse country. We know our stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a small legend of the big legend of legends of Babe Ruth. If you like what we're doing here with our tribute podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Have a good one. Bye.